Hello, everybody. Welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. I'm Sandy, and I'm here with Anna. And once again, I'm coming in hot. Like, what's new? Excuse me today. I'm a little bit hoarse, Anna. I actually don't want to get you sick. Jay did have a cough in the middle of the night. No, we just have a little cough. Just a little cough. We went to the sauna, and I pushed it all out, so I'm going to inch over here. So welcome everybody to our midweek reset. God knows I need it right now. As always, I'm coming in like a hummingbird. Couple of important announcements to make. We do have this Friday night. We're going to have our planning meeting for real. We're actually going to do it this week. And then we're going to go see DJ Nook down at Jillian's. I think it's called like Lucky Strike now or whatever, but pool tables, bowling alleys. We're going to raise the vibration. We're not going to take the bus, because Lansdowne is a bit much. Yeah. You know, but we're going to go raise the vibe, because this is what we do. We find Kundalini on a dance floor. We find Kundalini on the yoga mat. And then on Saturday we have DJ Donuts, which is awesome. First time taking to the altar. Super excited about that. So yeah, you guys, we are here to just try to chill out. It's a tall order.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on, and but this community is awesome. We have a few people in studio today at the church, and I welcome you to the practice and to sharing this time with us. So, do we have announcements for Yoga Nidra?
Yeah, I'm a little hoarse today.
So we have a Yoga Nidra night coming up on the 22nd. And so I love the practice of Yoga Nidra. It's been a while since I've offered it, so I'm really excited to come back and get you guys into a...
Tell us what it is. Tell people what Yoga Nidra actually is.
So Yoga Nidra is what they call yogic sleep or psyche sleep. So it takes you... It's a guided meditation that takes you into a state of being between asleep and awake. And it's okay, you know, there's sometimes it's so relaxing that people fall asleep. But
snore.
Yeah. But the goal is to stay in this middle place. So you follow my voice, I guide you into a relaxed, very relaxed place, and you leave, so that'll be like a 45-minute practice. So what we'll do is restorative first and do some restorative poses to just really kind of get the body, get any energy out that you come in with. We're going to set an intention. We always touch on our heart's desire, our sankalpa in Yoga Nidra. And on that, then we shift into a guided meditation. It'll be about 45 minutes, and you will feel like you had 2 to 3 to 4.
For me, it's like a full night's sleep.
Hours sleep of deep, restful sleep. So you'll feel
it's wild.
Yeah, and you think that maybe the energy would rise up, and maybe someone's does, but you're ready to go to bed.
Or you're ready to go dance if you're Sandy.
Or you're ready to go to yes, that's true. So that's what I'm saying. Like, depending on what your intention is,
right.
If you're practicing and want to, you've been experiencing insomnia, you haven't been getting enough sleep, the time change has been throwing you off. I highly recommend this practice because it's so beneficial. And actually, this is a practice that people should be practicing as a part of their yoga practice.
How many times can we say practice?
Many.
So much.
Many. So, and then the following week after that, we're having a group yoga therapy session where I'm going to talk about what yoga therapy is, how to access it individually, what the process is, and then we're going to have a group session, which will be fun and interesting, and you'll probably learn something about yourself.
And if we have enough interest, because it was such a success, we might take the Bliss bus and go see DJ Mike Said in Dover, New Hampshire.
Wow.
It stands up for being the bus driver with the most again.
Nice.
It was so fun. It's so cool because, I have to say, I've witnessed 3 really bad car accidents in the last week. So when we say we are being of service, the Bliss bus is safe passage to and from your dance party. And this is a service because I'm telling you, I'm still praying for the people that we saw in an accident when we left DJ Frantic's party on Friday night. So, seriously, guys, don't drink and drive. Don't molecule and drive. Don't do that. Come to the church and we'll give you a ride. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my public service announcement for today. So I'm going to take my place on the mat, Anna, so I can breathe.
Yeah, we're going to come to our breath. So I wanted us today to start standing.
Oh.
So
Perfect.
yes, so we're going to start standing. All right. So finding the placement of your feet. So in a comfortable stance, send arms by your side and just kind of maybe rolling the shoulders and then shifting the weight through your feet. And I'm going to invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. And for me, I am just shifting my weight back and forth, and that's just because my body is feeling that. So if there's anything that your body's feeling, moving the arms or just, you can roll the shoulders or neck and loosen the knees. Inviting you to begin to really sense your breath as it flows in and out the nose. And I'm also inviting you, if it feels good, to take a sigh. A nice deep inhale and then sighing it out. And let it just come naturally, whatever feels good to you in your breath right now without changing anything. Or if you are called to shift your breath, I invite you there too. Feeling the support of the floor underneath you, the earth. Maybe sensing how the support underneath your feet feel. Noticing in the heels, the outside edges of the feet, front of the feet up to your toes. Inviting you to bring your hands at the heart layered one over the other. Notice your breath there. And notice how you're taking in your breath and what is moving in your heart space, in your abdomen. Just observing. And if at any point the standing begins to feel like you need to move, always welcome a shift. And then come back to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. Maybe noticing your heartbeat. Inviting you here to set an intention for your practice today. What is your heart speaking to you? Listening as you hear the whisper of your heart. And sharing with your heart what it is you need today. Allowing our wisdom body to step in, to listen, to sense, to feel. And then as we come into our intentions, we remember that we are driven through our intentions with our actions, and it's all behind our actions. And we carry these intentions through our practice. And we also take them with us once we leave this space, this sacred space. Nice deep breath in and out through the nose, or through the mouth if that feels good to you. And then gently softening the arms, bringing them back down by your sides and stepping into a mountain pose. So bringing the feet to a line into the shape of a number 11. Let the toes point forward, heels behind the toes. Feel the tone of the legs as the quadriceps, your quads pull up. And then I invite you to release the quads. I want you to take the awareness to your feet, back to your feet. And I'm going to invite you to sense what it feels like to bring your quads up and how that movement is connected to your feet. It's very subtle. So as you pull your quads up, and I'm not going to tell you what to feel yet, I just want you to sense what you feel. And then release the quads. And also notice from your feet what sensations you feel on your shins, your calves, your knees. But draw that awareness down to the feet. Pull the quads up again. You can take a nice deep breath in as you pull those quads. You're pulling the energy up. And then on the exhale, release the quads. Notice what rises and falls in the feet. Inhale, lift the quads. Notice the pressure of the feet change as well. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the quads. And what we're doing here as a part of our mountain pose is strengthening. The more you do this in your journey with yoga, in mountain pose or any standing postures, you begin to develop and strengthen the arch of the feet. So if you ever really feel your feet super flat and your ankles maybe turning inward, pull up on the quads and feel that change. From here, let's gently draw the air in. Bring the breath in, hands up over the head, and then exhale, let them float down. And step into your mountain again. Inviting you to say to yourself, I am here. I am here, and I am taking up space. Allow the palms to face forward. Pull the navel in and up. Little roll of the shoulders back. I am here, and I am taking up space. I deserve to be here, and I want to be here, and just be. Draw that energy into the heart. Exhale. And that's what I invite you into today, to step in being. That you are here and we're taking up space. Inhale, arms come up, palms touch. Palms come to heart. Inhale, let your palms rise. Maybe gazing up, reaching up, take that full body stretch, and then flip the palms gently, floating the arms down, taking the gaze back to center, reach back, interlace the fingers, and gently draw those wrists down towards the heels, pull the navel in, maybe taking the gaze up to the sky if that feels good. maybe taking the lower jaw and bringing it forward. And then gently releasing, bringing the gaze back to center as we release the bind, arms come back. Palms touch, gently float the arms down, roll the shoulders. And roll them forward. And we're going to ease into our body, hands on the hips, hip circles. Stimulating the sacral chakra, root chakra, solar plexus as we move the lower half of our body. Take it in the opposite direction. Big or small circles, all up to you. Maybe making a C shape. And then circle. And then slide the hands to the knees, knee circles. Strengthening the knees and strengthening the ankles. Oh my gosh, my knees are so loud. Gently lower down, release the hands, come to a forward fold. And if that's uncomfortable or doesn't feel good right now, lift the body up. You don't feel like you have to go all the way down. Sometimes even our sinuses are acting up. So you can always do a half lift with a lifted body. You're still doing a half lift, just taking away the pressure towards the crown. But if you're here, ragdoll here, let the body sway, bend the knees. Allow the upper body to feel heavy, release the neck and shoulders. Hands on the shins, lengthening, half lift here. And let's root to rise. Bring the arms up, palms touch, palms come to heart. Inhale, palms rise. And take the gaze forward. Separate the palms, take that left hand to the right wrist and lengthen, arch over to your left side. Inhale, come back to center, switch sides. Nice deep breath in as you lengthen that arm. Feel that side body stretch as you arch over. Come back to center and gently float those arms down. Reach back. Maybe take that bind. Or just reaching back with your palms facing each other as you press the heart forward. Maybe take the gaze up. Gaze comes back. Roll the shoulders forward. All right, so let's get into some movement here with our full body. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, this time let's swan dive down, come to a forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen through the crown. Exhale, we're going to plant both palms, step back with that right foot, and we're going to take a low lunge. So shift those hips forward. It's okay for that knee to go over the ankle, taking this deep lunge. And then to bring in some movement on the next breath, inhale, shift the hips back. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And then take a half splits here as you shift those hips back. So again, I don't have my blocks with me. I've let lovely, lovely Celine use our blocks today. So what I'd like to say is if you have blocks, those blocks are going to open up the body and lift the body, and it's going to feel comfortable if going low doesn't feel good. Okay? All right, so from here, we're going to stack that front knee over the ankle, really press through that foot and lift that back knee. Inhale, extend that front knee, forehead towards the knee. Inhale, shift forward, scoot that back foot forward, and that foot's going to come flat to the mat. Take the hands to the tops of the thighs, or inhale, arms come up. We're in warrior one. Option here to just feel warrior one and the stance with your hands at your hips. Whenever you're ready, you can bring those arms up. Draw that left hip back. Inhale, flip the palms, gently float them down, reach back or take the bind, gazing forward or taking that gaze up, and then gently switching the gaze back, and then release the bind, arms come back up, hands on the hips. So scoot that foot forward if you feel it's a little bit far back, find your comfortable stance. I'm going to have you explore something in the stance, okay? So remember to really ground that back foot. So you want to feel the heel touch the mat. Otherwise, you're in a high lunge with the heel up. So that's the difference from a high lunge to a warrior one. But what I'd like you to explore today is taking that back foot and widening the stance maybe to the outside, towards the outside of the mat. Now, pivot that heel, take those toes to point towards the top right corner of your mat. And what I'd like you to feel here is the area that you've created, the space between the hips, and what it's doing is it's relieving compression in the lower back. When you take just a railroad stance from hip distance to straight back, the stance is narrower, it's still hip distance apart, but you're creating a little bit more compression. So if you take the awareness to the lower back and just notice, then shift the leg out, taking a wider stance, notice there's less compression in the lower back. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because when we are doing these movements, our lower back can begin to speak and become uncomfortable. So if you're feeling that discomfort and feel relief by taking the step a little bit wider, then, and your body feels good, exactly. So let's inhale the arms up. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, ground through those feet, lift the arms up, take it to cactus. Inhale, elbows together. Exhale, gently lift those arms up, come back to cactus. Inhale, elbows together. Exhale, lift, and find your cactus. On the next breath, gently reaching up, flip the palms, bring the arms down, shift that back foot if you've taken it wide, and take that front foot back, bring the knees down. Find your tabletop. Shift the hips side to side, and let's take circles. Each direction, snap, crackle, pops. And then come back to center. On the inhale, let's drop the navel towards the mat, towards the earth. Tilt the tail, take the gaze up. On the exhale, gently rounding in, tucking the chin towards the tail, towards the chest and tucking the tail. Inhale, take the navel down towards the mat, tilt the tail, gaze up. Exhale, round in, chin to chest, tucking in. Continue inhaling and exhaling with the movement. And then on the next breath, gently coming back to center, shifting the hips left and right, just to give a little movement there. Let's curl the toes under, find our downward facing dog. And before we shift there, just take a peek at your hands. Hands are nice and wide. Take that index finger and point it forward. On the inhale, you're going to gently press into the mat. Lift the hips up to the sky. And then we're going to find our dog there. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Walk your dog. Heels don't have to touch. And your gaze is between your ankles. Ears are parallel with the biceps. Press the heart towards the thighs. Bend the knees as much as it feels good to you. Allow yourself to be. We are taking up space. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, switch the gaze between the hands, and then gently draw those knees towards the mat. Ground the knees, uncurl the toes, shift the hips back. Little child's pose. Inhale, shift forward, curl the toes under, take it back to down dog. And then from here, lift the heels, bend the knees, switch the gaze, walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthening. Half lift, and then let's root to rise, come all the way up. Stretch up, palms touch, and palms come to heart. Let's observe just a moment here, softening our gaze, noticing our breath. What has changed? What has shifted? All right, coming back, inhale, palms together. Reach up, and if you want to take those hips forward and those hands back, you can for a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, plant those palms. Left foot's going to step back, take your low lunge. So that left knee's going to drop. You can stay on your toes or foot flat. And if you need a little support too, you can bring the hands to the thigh and take your low lunge this way. So you're drawing those hips down and forward. Or you can place your hands on a block, on 2 blocks. From here, shift back and forth. Bring those hips back and forward. Continue to breathe. Then we bring the knee forward, stacking that knee over the ankle. So keep an eye out now. If you're leaning too far forward, bring that knee back to stack right over the ankle. Curl those back toes under, lift that back knee, take the forehead towards the knee. Nice deep breaths. And then gently shift forward, drop that knee down, take your half splits. So hip shift back towards the back of the mat. Option here to ground the foot or take it to the heel. And again, you can walk your hands to where you are comfortable, lifting the body up and then shifting the hips back. So all depends on just the stretch and how it feels for you. So you can take it lower by gently hinging, extending the arms forward and reaching those hips back, or walking the hands back to lift the body and shift the hips back. So all depends on how it feels for you. Now we're going to take those hands to the outside of that front foot. Again, lift that back knee, extend that front leg, forehead to knee. And then gently shifting forward, shift that back foot. Take that heel to ground. So again, your toes are pointing to the left upper corner of your mat. Bending that knee, you can gently take those hands to the lap or to that thigh and then gently bring your arms up or take the arms all the way up. Bend that front knee, pull the navel in. Again, exploring, and you can take the hands down the width of your stance. So if it was comfortable for you to take a wider stance, you can go there. Inhale, let's float the arms down. Exhale, reach back. Interlace the fingers, gently taking the gaze up. Nice deep breath in as you exhale, gaze forward. Release the bind. Arms come back up. Ground those feet in, hinge forward. Take that right hip back. Ground that front big toe. Strength through that back leg, putting pressure on the back edge of that foot, on the back foot. Inhale, come back up, ground in, really pressing through those feet. Cactus arms. Inhale, elbows together. Exhale, reach up, find your cactus. Inhale, elbows together. Exhale, find your cactus. One more, elbows together. Exhale, find your cactus. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, flip the palms. Take the hands back down. And then adjust your stance. That front foot's going to step back. Take your high plank or modified plank, taking the knees down. We're going to do some back strengthening. So we're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And I'm also going to have you explore what it feels like when we zip up the legs to go into Cobra and taking a wider stance on the second set of Cobra. So from here is bring the legs together, feet together. Tuck the elbows close to the body. And just making sure that those hands are right underneath the shoulders, chin to the mat. On the inhale, press all 10 toes in, lift the heart, continue to keep the elbows close to the body, slide the heart forward, shoulders shift back, gazing forward, and then maybe taking your eyes to the sky without lifting the chin, tone the legs. Nice deep breath in, exhale lower. Arms by your side, take that left cheek to the mat just for a moment, and then switch your stance to take the feet to the width of the mat, or just a wider, comfortable stance. Take the chin to the mat, hands underneath the shoulders. Toning the legs on the inhale, press all 10 toes in, lift the heart, slide the heart forward, tuck the elbows close to the body. And gently lower. So just observing the difference there and what felt comfortable to you. Bring the feet a little bit closer together. Inhale, lifting, pressing through the hands, lift the body, and take those knees forward. Take the knees to the width of the mat for a wide-legged child's pose. Let's bring those toes to touch. Heels, hips come to the heels. Extend the arms forward. Melt the heart towards the earth. Maybe the forehead melts into the mat as well, or support your forehead with a block or a pillow. Nice deep breaths. And if it feels good to you, you can bring those palms together in prayer in Anjula Mudra. And you can take a bend of the elbows to bring those prayer hands between the shoulder blades. If you want to feel that stretch a little bit more, walk those elbows forward. Shift the hips back towards the heels. Nice deep breaths. And release the hands if you've taken them to the shoulders. Walk the hands over to the right side on your next breath. Maybe layering that left hand onto the right. And then bring that left hip towards the heel, towards the left heel. On the next breath, walking the hands back to center, walking them all the way over to the right side, left side. Right hand maybe layers on top of the left. To feel that side body stretch as that right hip reaches towards that right heel gently. And then gently walking the hands back to center, melting the heart again. Nice deep breath in as we walk our hands towards our knees. Knees come back to hip distance and lifting the body. All right, so from here we're going to shift the hips to one side and we're going to extend the legs and take a wide stance. So it's not about the width of the stance. Take what's comfortable for you. And then flex the feet. And then just notice here the pelvic bones as you gently shift forward and back. Now, I am not flexible. And this has always been a very telling posture for me with regards to my flexibility because I've always had really tight hamstrings. And that's okay because if this is as far or however your body's going to take it, that's where you create the mobility and the strength, flexibility, lengthening through the crown. Take the hands forward, walk the hands, and take that wide-legged forward fold. Flex the feet or relax the feet. All depends on what you want to feel. If you flex the feet, that's really pressing those calves in to the floor, grounding. Inviting you here on the next breath to lengthen through the crown and then take the hinge. If you want to round in, that's okay. But feel the length through the spine before rounding in. All right, so from here, take those arms up, parallel to the ears. Gently float that right arm down to that right leg and take that left arm over. Option here, if you are able to catch your toe, you can pull on that toe and rotate the rib cage forward. So there are people that can reach all the way over. I'm not going to reach all the way over. I'm just going to kindly reach over to where I'm comfortable for now. And then from here, both arms come up. Lengthen on that nice deep breath. Drop that left arm and reach over. Option 2, peace finger your toes or grab the outsides of your feet. And then rotate that rib cage. Taking a little twist there. And then gently coming back to center. Arms come down. Float the arms down. Take that right sole of the foot to the left inner thigh. We're going to gently extend those arms forward. Turn towards that left thigh. Flex the foot and reach. You reach towards the outsides of the foot, the shin, the ankle. All up to you. Gently lengthening through the crown. One last breath here. And then gently bringing those arms back up. And switch sides. Flex that right foot. Arms can come back up parallel to the ears. Turn towards that right thigh and On the exhale, reach the shin, the ankle, or the foot. And then bring the awareness to that left shoulder and gently drop it down. One last breath and release. Go all the way up. Arms come up, float the arms down, and release the legs. Bring the soles of the feet, bend the knees, and gently windshield wiper back and forth. You can take your arms behind you. All right. Legs extend forward. Dandasana, stock pose, arms by your side. Kind of slide that heart forward, pull the navel in. Feet are nice and flexed. Shoulders back, navel pulled in. Feel those scapulas really slide down with the opening of the chest. Inhale, arms are going to come up. Exhale, gentle hinge to catch the shins, the ankles, or the outsides of the feet, or my favorite is peace finger toes. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, take that hinge. Inhale, lengthening again. Exhale, hinge. And gently releasing. Arms come back up. Float the arms down. Scoot your bottom to the middle of the mat. And from here, let's take a rock. Let's take the hands to the front of the knees, gently allowing our backs to come back, feet to lift, and then roll up. Roll back and forth. And then come to your backs and take the knees to the chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then when you're ready, taking the hands to the knees and knee circles. Massaging the lower back. And then taking it in the opposite direction. So knees stay bent, but bring the soles of the feet to the floor. We're going to take the arms into a T. We're going to do a little core work here. Lifting the knees up. Nice deep breath in and out. And then we're going to use our abdominals to shift those knees to the right side. How far? That's up to you. Ground in through the hands, through the arms, and then come back to center. Nice deep breath in as you take it to the opposite side. Pull the navel in, using your core, come back to center. We're going to repeat on the right side. Pull the navel in, let them drift to the right side, and then bring them back to center, opposite side. Pull the navel in, and gently come back to center. All right, from here, lower the feet, walk them out, take a full body stretch, arms over the head. Right knee to chest, flex both feet. A wind removing pose. And then we take the twist. We're going to bring that right knee to the left side body. Extend that right arm and take the gaze over to the right fingertips. Nice deep breaths. Let it go. Here you are, just being. On the next breath, coming back to center. Squeeze that knee in, flex the feet. Full body stretch, arms over the head. Reach in opposite directions and then reach for that left knee to chest. Flex both feet. And then gently guiding that knee across the body. So what we're doing here, extend that left arm, we're stimulating the digestive system by squeezing in and stimulating the intestines, and then stimulating them again by squeezing the intestines, taking the twist. So, what happens when you stimulate the intestines? I think you can figure that out. Gently come back to center. Release. Full body stretch, arms over the head, and then find your happy baby. Bend the knees, lift the feet up, reach towards the outsides of your shins or your ankles or outsides of the feet, or again, my favorite, peace finger, and take your happy baby. And allow the knees to relax with the thighs, melting them towards the earth. An option here to rock side to side, or to come to center and maybe extend that right leg if it feels good to extend it. Tuck the chin, and then you can switch sides. And then you can switch sides again if that feels good, or just gently moving them back and forth. And then release the bind. Bring your arms down by your side, soles of the feet to the sky. Relaxing the shoulders. And then bend the knees, soles of the feet come down to the earth, to your mat. And take that right ankle to the left thigh. Let's take the hands through the legs, interlace the fingers underneath that left thigh, tuck the chin, flex both feet, and pull that left thigh towards you. Slowly and compassionately. And if it feels good to rock, you can rock and just notice how the stretch changes. Last breath here as you pull one more time, and on the exhale, release and switch sides. Left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Weave the hands through the legs, interlace the fingers underneath the right thigh. Flex both feet. Pull that right thigh towards you. Tuck the chin if the chin has popped up, and then draw those shoulders towards the mat as you gently pull. Feel your breath as it energizes your stretch. Last breath and release on the exhale. Right sole of the foot comes down to the mat. Left sole of the foot comes to the mat. Knees are still bent. Take them to the width of the mat, the feet, and then windshield wiper. Arms can come into a half T, or you can take them by your side. All up to you. And then gently bring those feet back about hip distance apart. And take the arms over the head. Bring them to a half T. And then come and find your camel with me. Bend the elbows. awareness to the soles of the feet. We're going to take a supine Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose with the feet and arms in cactus. Let the chest open, even tucking the shoulders underneath the body, if that feels good. Hips feel heavy, legs feel heavy. And if this feels uncomfortable at all, you can bring the blocks underneath the thighs to support your butterfly pose. All right, so from here, releasing butterfly, arms come by your side, and we're going to take a bridge pose. Walk those heels towards the buttocks. Feet are about the distance apart. Arms by your side, palms down. On the next breath, we're going to lift those hips up. And you can even do a supported bridge by taking a block underneath your lower back to rest on. Or take the hips all the way up. Draw that chest towards the chin. And do not move your head side to side. Stay nice and stable. Chest travels towards the chin. And if you want to take the hands underneath the back and interlace the fingers by tucking the shoulders underneath the body, you're welcome to do that. Press the shins forward as you lift the chest and lower. Release the bind if you've taken it. Gently bringing the hips down. A little rotation of the hips forward and a gentle rotation back. Releasing the hips, or you can kick the knees side to side. And then come back for second set. Ground those palms in. Inhale, take the hips up. Chest towards the chin. Breathing nice and deep. And lower. Gently take the knees to the chest. Rock side to side. Full body stretch. Arms over the head. Extend in both directions. And then let's walk the feet to the right side and the arms are going to follow. We're going to create a banana shape with our body to get to feel that left side body. On the next breath, walking back to center, arms to center, and then walking the feet to the left side. Arms reach towards the left side. Little banana shape, and then feeling that stretch on the right side body. If you want a deeper stretch, you can even cross that right leg or ankle over the left. And then gently walking back to center. Full body stretch as you reach. And then gently lower the hands by your side. Inhale, lift up, legs up to the sky. Okay, so I'm going to invite you here to do some pelvic lifts if you want to feel a lift here, or you can just stay in legs up the wall. On the inhale, we're going to just gently lift. And you don't have to lift very high. It's just a gentle lift of the hips. And what we're doing here is we're using our lower abdomen. You can bring the feet together if that's more comfortable. Arms are by your side, so you're using the arms for some leverage to lift the hips. It's not how high you go. It's just the movement of engaging those lower abdomen muscles and stimulating the root and the sacral chakra. All right, bring the knees to chest. Gently squeeze in and extend for your full body stretch. Reach for that right knee, squeeze in, flex the foot, and take that knee to the right side. So flexing both feet, knee to the right side body. You can extend that left arm out, palm up if that feels good. And then from here, gently crossing that ankle over the left thigh. So just crossing the leg and extend that right arm out. Flexing that left foot and then releasing. Take that left knee to chest. Left knee to left side body. Flex both feet. And then extend that right arm out. Gently bring the knee back to center. Ankle crosses over that right thigh as you lower that hip down. And then maybe extend that left arm out. Squeeze that knee back in. Full body stretch. And any final movements you'd like to make to come into your Shavasana, final resting pose. Really feeling your body supported by the earth from the base of your head, the back of your head, all the way down to your heels. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to being here. Maybe taking those arms wider if that feels good. The legs wider. Allowing the body to feel heavy. I am here. And I'm here to take up space. Being and being here. So I'm going to begin to shift my body, but you stay right where you are for as long as you would like. If you want to join me to seal class, you can begin to bring awareness into the toes and the hands, the fingers. And take a moment to roll over to your right side if that feels comfortable when you're ready. It feels good to ground your third eye, bending the knees, supporting your head. When you're ready, using your hands to support your body to lift up, so walking your hands to lift your body and join me in seated. Inviting you to bring your hands to Anjula Mudra at the heart center. And to seal class today, I am here and I take up space. Please join me in bringing our prayer hands up to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, to our lips to speak kind words, and to our hearts as a reminder to live life fully with love, intention, courage, inner strength, and lots of grace. May our thoughts, words, and actions always be heart-led and divinely guided. Thank you so